This is the second edition of Coffee With that you get this morning. You got the conclusion of Dr. Howard Hooper's interview with Robin Lee, and I am sitting here with Lee Robinson, who is going to talk to us about the Warren County Wildlife Expo coming up this Saturday from 10 to 5 at the Vicksburg Convention Center. Mm-hmm. Lee, welcome in.
I appreciate it.
I know y'all have changed up a little bit as far as the structure of how everything goes, so tell me about what's going on this week.
We're going to open up the entire floor of the convention center this year. In the past years we've had some stage areas there. This year we've moved the presentations upstairs, so it gives us more room, so we have more vendors and more things to do. And so we've expanded the role of vendors, so we've got a wide gamut of things to do, and from Chick-fil-A being there giving away sandwiches and coupons. We'll have the Girl Scouts have joined us, and they want to sell cookies, and so they'll be there.
That'll be a big seller.
And they'll be MC Art Department will be there with some of their stuff that they produce, and some of their talented artists will be there and give them an opportunity to show what they do. Along with our typical vendors like Cook Tractor, the great folks that they're our title sponsors, so I've got to mention them in everything we do. You also have Magnolia Tractor, and they sponsor us, as well as Carruthers. They'll be there. There'll be lots of boats, a lot of ATVs, side-by-sides, all the latest gizmos in that kind of arena, as well as we'll have the bow fishing opportunities for the kids like we've had in the last couple of years. They always love that. Also, the National Wildlife and Turkey Federation's BB gun gallery will be there. They'll be able to shoot BB guns, and that's an interesting thing for kids to learn a little bit and shoot targets on a inflatable gun gallery. So it's a pretty neat thing. There's just a wide range of things to do, and kids of all ages, so we try to reach out.
Now, one of the things that I know y'all have had in the past, and I don't know if y'all have it again this year, is the Bow Fishing Association has their tub there. Yep. So the kids can kind of get some practice with the bow doing that. Is that going to be there this year?
Yes, sir. They'll be there. Those folks are going to be there with their fishing tub, and the kids always like shooting those inflatable fish as they swim around in the tank. But that's an opportunity for kids to get exposure to bow fishing and to bows in general, which is a good thing. It's a good hobby to have. It's relatively inexpensive once you purchase the bow, but it's always good to get kids involved in outdoor activities.
Oh yeah, and I know we talked before. One of the guys I was interested in seeing was Troy Davis. He's got the high-rise hunter. Mm-hmm. Me now being in a wheelchair, I'm interested in seeing if there's one right now that he's got, if we're going to have to make some modifications to it. But I know Eddie over at Delta Outfitters is going to be there with the high-rise hunter. So, which is, for those people who don't know, you need to come out and check that out, because it's kind of a really nifty little contraption. Basically pull your trailer out there and just push a button, and your shooting house is already in the air. Got a great safe ladder to go up, so come check that out. You're gonna have some presentations there this year. Like I said, the presentation area is going to be upstairs in the conference rooms.
Right.
I know Mr. Percy King is going to be there.
First one out of the chute.
I'm there for Percy. If there was nothing else there, I'd be there for Percy, because I love snakes.
Yeah.
And so I'm coming in. That'll be a big draw with the kids as well. And so Mr. Percy's going to be there all day long too. Right. Not only is he doing a presentation, he's going to be down on the floor with some of his animals as well. Who else do you have presenting?
We've got Ricky Flint with the U.S. Mississippi Game and Fish Department. He'll talk about alligators and how to get started in hunting alligators. I don't know if he's bringing any gators with him, but he will talk about, if you're interested in getting into gator hunting and what the regulations are and how you have to go about it. and generally talk about the gator program that they have. So it's an interesting conversation because we've got more and more. I saw one yesterday, even though this is February, out sunning, and I thought, well, that's kind of early for them to be out, especially considering all the cold weather we've had. But they're getting to be more and more alligators. You see them in a lot more places. This was in a lake that's not too far from the river, but they traverse all kinds of terrain to get to new territory. So that'd be interesting for folks. I'm definitely interested in seeing, how they harvest them. I've seen them on we had several state records broken this year during the alligator harvest, and it seemed like one would be about on 1 minute, and 30 minutes later another guy would break it. So there were some pretty big gators killed this year.
And one of the things that I've seen Ricky's program a few times, one of the things he talks about is nuisance gators, people who don't do any gator hunting, and that you have land that backs up to an area where there are gators. How to contact the department, how to arrange for a wildlife removal agent to come out, and those gators aren't necessarily killed at that point in time. It depended upon their size, their veracity. There's a lot of things that go into making the decision of whether to relocate or exterminate. And so that's one of the things that Ricky talks about. Who else you have coming?
We have Bill Tomlinson. We'll talk about pond management. That's one of the other things that's coming into the springtime. You've got people starting to think about fishing, and we've got algae bloom. You'll start seeing that, and people are wondering, how do I take care of that? I can't fish but half my lake now because algae's taking it over. And he'll talk about some measures to try to control it. You never totally get rid of it. And you usually have to use a combination of, natural things like fish, carp, and spraying, and a combination or some kind of balance. And, he's a good guy to talk about those things. And it's a good Q&A time frame for folks to figure out, because some of us, we don't know much about pond management other than if the fishing is good or bad. And he can help you, grow larger fish, and that's what we're all out there for. We want larger fish, and we want more of them if possible. So we all appreciate that real quick, fast bite, and that's what he tries to help us get. So Bill's a good guy to talk about pond management. We also have the Trophies of Grace guy, Scott Porter, and Scott has, I think, over 60 heads of Boone and Crockett deer that score over 200 points, which is, as you know, most hunters in a lifetime don't kill a deer that scores 200 points. Very few of us. I don't know what the percentage is, but it's probably less than 2 or 3% of the hunters that hunt ever harvest a 200 score deer. And so they've collected, they will have over 40 at the show this coming Saturday on a display wall that score 200 or better. So that's a really impressive thing to see. And Scott's going to talk about how he got started in this and how he collected them. And he's just a really good old country boy, even though he's from South Florida. And he will just talk about that and how he uses that tool to minister, because he's a Christian and he uses that to witness to people about God's grace and about how majesty the outdoors are.
Well, that's a good segue for us, because this event is organized by the Warren County Baptist Association, correct?
Right.
This is a Christian-based event, but you don't necessarily have to be a churchgoer to show up.
Absolutely not.
And you don't have to be Baptist, even though we might pass the plate around a few times. You don't have to be Baptist to show up, but do expect that there will be some people there ministering, and don't be shocked if that's something that you encounter if you're there.
Well, our target here is to reach people and let them know that, we not only care about the outdoors and the activities that are going on there, because, nobody likes to hunt and fish more than me. But my greatest passion should be to serve the Creator and our God. And we're just trying to share with folks how we love the outdoors, and that we are just everyday people that love Jesus Christ, and we're trying to share that through this expo. And it's just, there's not going to be a forced any kind of forced or coercion for you to talk about Jesus there. This is just Christian people getting together to have fun, and we just want to see other people see what ministries that we do. And we'll have a little bit of videos going on during the 2 screens that just show about the various ministry activities that the association does that most people don't know about, like digging wells in South America and other countries and providing those kind of needs, relief for various countries over in Haiti and all across the country. And not only that, we do that here, flood relief and things after floods and after Katrina, just ministry opportunities all over there. So there'll be a little exposure to that. We just want folks to see what we do, what we're about, and to feel having a good time, to come down there and let the kids run free. There's, of course, we hadn't talked about it, but there's no charge for this. So
that's where I was getting to next. This economy, people are kind of looking to save money every which way they can, and this is a free good time.
Absolutely.
So head out to the Vicksburg Convention Center. And that's this weekend.
Right.
Saturday from 10 to 5.
10 to 5.
And the presentations start at noon.
And they run to 4 o'clock. The last one is, I believe, the Trophies of Grace is the last
Trophies
one.
of Grace is going to be your headline
right.
presentation. Ricky Flint, I think, is
3 o'clock.
It's 3 o'clock. He's leading into the Trophies of Grace presentation. That'll be great. Now, you were kind enough to give me this shirt to sport during our interview. How much will the shirts be? Where are they located? How can people pick them up?
We'll have a T-shirt table as they enter the bottom floor to the convention center floor there. And they're $10 a piece, which is relatively inexpensive. We don't try to make any money on them. Matter of fact, it costs us more than that to make the shirts, but we just try to use that as a ministry opportunity as well. It's a neat little shirt. One of our local guys designed it.
I really like it.
And so we just, it's just another activity. We have our sponsors on the back of the shirt to try to give them a little plug, and it's just a neat little shirt.
Well, I really dig the logo. The of course everybody recognizes the fish. Jesus a fisherman, and then the surrounding with the stream, the deer, the duck. It's really nice. I really like the logo, and I encourage everybody to pick up a T-shirt. If you go out there, take a few, even though it's free, take a few bucks to get you some concessions, and also pick you up a T-shirt while you're there, and show these people that some love and support. Lee, is there anything else anybody should know before they come out?
There'll be some kids activities, of course. So, it's just come and enjoy yourself. That's all we want you to do. Have a good time, fellowship. Stay all day or an hour or whatever you want to spend. We're there to serve the people and just have a good time. I hope you can come.
Well, brother, I appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.